Well, today I got a delivery and this is the first time ever that I have rushed home from work, washed off my makeup, slicked back my hair into a ponytail and decided to turn on the lights and film a video after work. I just received the Goss, the luxury eye palette in Pearl today, and so if you would like to see how I created this look and my thoughts on this palette, just keep watching. I was so excited, and I'm even more excited because it's not often I get to film a makeup tutorial on a product that just has been released. Beautylish are incredible. I ordered this on Thursday and it arrived today, and today is Monday. So from San Francisco to Christchurch, New Zealand, it did not take long at all to get here. I will be posting this video on Thursday, so it's going to be a couple of days away, but I just think that is amazing that it didn't take long to get here, and I'm going to be having my review video up fairly soon after its release, so that is fantastic. Now this is the Goss, the luxury eye palette. This is the third palette in his makeup collection, and this is the Pearl palette. I haven't seen any of these before, and I do have to say the pans on these are gigantic. When you compare them to the size of other eyeshadow palettes, of which I struggle to hit pan on anyway, it is going to take an age for me to get through these. There are 4 matte shades. There is a shimmer shade here, and then you have a celestial shade here in the corner, which is really pretty, very reminiscent of what Charlotte Tilbury does with her celestial shades. I also purchased, whilst I was there, the Goss waterproof mascara. I am on the lookout for a really nice mascara, so hopefully this will fit the bill. If you have any suggestions for a really nice mascara, I really need one that volumizes and lengthens and holds a curl. I have not found that mascara yet. This palette has a beautiful array of neutral shades in it. It was inspired by his many years doing bridal looks within his career. I am really impressed so far. I love the shades. They're not too harsh. They are soft and beautiful. The previous 2 palettes that he released, he put a black in each one, and many people were quite upset about that. For a 6-pan palette, they did not want to see a black in every palette. Now, I understand why he wanted to do that, because his idea was that by having a black you could mix it with the other tones to get different deeper shades. So you could add black to the grey to make it deeper, black to, you know, some of these other shades just to make them deeper. So I understand from a makeup artist's point of view why he was putting that in there. There was a lot of backlash, so this time he decided to listen and he took that away, and I'm really happy with the depth of this grey on my skin tone. I think it's just perfect. It's not too much, it's just enough to give a bit of a smoke, enough to give a bit of depth without being too overpowering or harsh. I think these colours are beautiful and would suit most skin tones, and even deep skin tones. If you had have watched his introductory video introducing this palette, he used some lovely models. There was Mel Thompson, Michelle Wong and Kelsey Brianna J, who has a deep complexion, but these colours still looked really fabulous on her. So it goes to show it's a versatile palette and can be used by many different skin tones. Because the shadow pans are very generous, I actually used this shade number 3 as a blush in the tutorial, and I think it came out really pretty. Very smooth on the eyes, very smooth on the cheeks, and it probably is something I will do more than just this once. The palette retails for $55 US and is available from Beautylish. I'm thoroughly impressed. I'm so happy. I really like that kid in the candy store. I really am. So I was so excited when this arrived today, and it's sometimes a wee bit embarrassing when it arrives at my desk at work and I'm tearing it open like a little kiddie on Christmas Day. So very excited. So let's get into this eye look and see how we utilize this palette. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to prime with my Nars matte concealer. I'm going to use as many Goss brushes that I can. I only have 4 of them, but we are going to try and utilize them in tonight's look. So I'm going in with shade number 1, which to me reminds me of, oh, what was the shade? Was a MAC shade years ago. Oh, I'll have to try and come up with it and put it up on the screen, but it was a MAC shade that we were all into. And then when Makeup Geek came out, the shade like this was Beaches and Cream. I will remember it because I've got it in my singles palette. So I am just taking that shade loosely. In fact, I'm going to put it all over the eyelid. And I love these brushes. They're just so soft and beautiful. But I only shout myself one every now and then. So I'm going to take that all over. So I'm just being really loose with this shade, and I'm actually going to go really close up to my brow because I don't normally do a brow highlight, but this is light enough to act as one for me and not be too intense. So that's all over from lid to eyebrow arch. Then I'm going to stay with this brush and go in with this shade here, which would be shade number 3. And we're going to build that up in the corner. And go right in the crease. And I'm going, so when you put the end of a brush, or if you have a brush, it will fit nicely, nestle beautifully in around the eyeball. That's what I'm doing. And then blending upwards to give a bit of a shadow heading up. That was the Goss 04 eye brush. Okay, now I'm going to take this grey shade, tap my brush in. There's not a lot of kick up in these, and I'm going to tap that shade in the outer corner and taking that into the middle. And now I am doing little circular motions outward to just blend that in the outer corner. And then I'm going to just slightly take that inwards. Run that under my bottom lashes to connect with the outer portion in the top of the eye. Just a soft grey on the outside. I'm going to take the Goss number 20 eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with shade number 4. Do I want to make it more smoky? I am going to make it more smoky because it's such a soft eye look. I'm going to take the Goss, the Essential Eye Kohl pencil in Rich Hazel, and I'm going to pop that in my lower waterline, just in the lower waterline. Then I'm going to take the Goss number 20 in shade number 4, and I'm just going to buff that into that eyeliner, and winging that out too so that it all blends in nicely in the outer corner. I am now going to take shade number 2 with the only brush I have left, which is a 19 brush. And I'm just wanting to use the Goss brushes because I have them. And I'm putting that in the inner portion of the eyelid. So I've done quite well. Visualised all the shades so far except the Celestial shade, which I am going to use now with my finger. And that is the Celestial shade on my finger. And I'm going to pat that on the eyelid. And it is a beautiful topper. I'm going to just go back in with the grey shade and just make sure I'm happy with where that's at. Going back in with our eyeliner Rich Hazel, and I'm just going to line the upper waterline. Smudge it into the lashes. I did get the mascara. You can take your eyelash curlers. I'm going to see how this looks if I was to use just the mascara and curling my lashes. So curling the lashes. And let's see what we can get with this mascara, because I like the brush head. Okay, that might make a difference. Maybe. As much as I think my sad excuse for lashes are. Okay, curl the other one. Okay, and I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to try my little wee heated eyelash curler and see if that makes a difference with my lashes. While we're waiting for my mascara to dry, I'm going to go in with this shade here, number 3, with my Sonia G Cheek Pro brush, and we're going to try that for blush, because these pans are so large. I mean, seriously, they are very similar to the size of the Nars cheek palette pan size. So just gonna try that for blush as well. Just my Dior 001 Luminizer for highlighter. Lovely Jubilee. On my lips I've got Pillow Talk, Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and the Goss gloss in Antique Rose. This curling wand, he highly recommended it to keep a curl, but you needed to use waterproof mascara. So I haven't got the best lashes, so I have used Goss's mascara. And I don't know if it'll work on this eye because I've been watering again. And it's just like a curling wand for your eyelashes, really. And no, it doesn't burn because it's got little protective pads on here. And it just runs on a AA battery. I haven't used it for a long time because I have just been either having lash extensions over the years and then recently false lashes. So it helps a little bit, but that's as good as my natural lashes would look. Let's try another coat, see if I can make them look any better. I do like the wand on this with my hooded eyes and little lashes. I don't really like big bulky brushes. So that's natural lashes. Do you think I should put eyelashes on too? Go on. Seeing this so easy now with this new pen I've got. I'll just whack some eyelashes on and I'll be right back. So I'm just tweaking now that I've got lashes on. I just like to make sure that when I'm looking ahead you can see the deeper shade. And I think that's okay. So that is the finished look using the Goss eyeshadow palette in Pearl. I love it. I really like it. So that's one look, and I don't think you're going to get a variation of a lot of different looks, but it is a pretty eyeshadow palette. It's soft, it's beautiful, wearable, everyday, and it is very bridal, but I think it's extremely pretty. So I'm glad I waited until this palette to try one of his formulations in eyeshadows. I'm really happy with that, excited that I got to play with it today, and I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Let me know down below in the comments if you picked this palette up or if you have any of his other palettes and what you think, because this is the first time me purchasing one of his eyeshadow palettes, so quality is definitely there. I very much like the fact that they are not overly pigmented. I think these would be super beginner friendly. They're not like Pat McGrath or say Natasha Denona where you can go in and it's like, whoa, that was a big blob of eyeshadow. These can be built up, from my experience of just using them once, built up and getting the depth that you want slowly rather than it going in one big hard blob at the beginning. And I think that's great. If you are not someone who does makeup on the daily, this would be an amazing palette, I feel, for the novice, for the beginner, to get a simple, wearable and pretty eye look. And you don't need to have the glitter. I mean, if you don't want to have the topper shade, it is only a topper shade. It's not something that if you are not into glitters that you need to use. That could just be something that you use occasionally, but the other shades, I've used all of them. I used that shade here, number 3, as a blush colour, which I think is really pretty and ties in the eye look. So thumbs up for me. I'm very happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you have any of his other palettes from his collection. I'd love to know, really, because that was a really nice experience using those. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe now. See you later. Bye.